In this video, I'm gonna share the 3 amazing truths I learned about breathing after my lung actually collapsed. For those who don't know, 3 months ago, I suddenly got a hole in my lung and couldn't breathe. It honestly felt like I had a plastic bag over my face. Luckily, surgery saved my life, but because of the surgery, my breathing-related nerves got messed up. Yeah, my breathing felt so heavy. It was tough. But these 3 things I learned changed my life. They're simple, but I believe they can change your life too. After all, breathing is everything. Alright, let's get started. Just breathing is enough. Let me ask you first, what does living mean to you? Is it chasing your dreams, spending time with your lover, or finding success in your work? All of these are beautiful answers. I always thought that kind of things were the meaning of life too. But when I was lying in the bed, barely able to breathe, my whole perspective completely changed. To live means just keep breathing. And that's enough. Because just by keeping your breath going, you're already doing something amazing. In the hospital, my breathing got so heavy, like I was trying to breathe with my hand covering my mouth and nose 24/7. So the tiniest bit of air I could breathe felt incredibly precious for me. We usually take it for granted, but at that time I thought being able to inhale is wonderful. Being able to exhale is wonderful. Yeah, every single breath. So I realized that just by breathing, I'm already living, achieving, and doing something amazing. Wow, to live is simply to keep breathing. Nothing more, nothing less. In Japanese, to live is called iki. Normally, it's written like this. But if you break it down into sounds iki and ru, it becomes iki, breath, and ru. In Japanese kotodama, the power of sounds, ru means continuation. See? To live is simply to keep breathing. That's it. I know, you might say, but Aki, just breathing in life sounds boring. Of course, it's good to have goals, dreams, and an ideal life. But the important thing is not to think your life has no meaning without them. Just by breathing, you're already amazing. A tree gets what it needs from the ground, and that's enough. It's beautiful. For us, it's the air. Just breathing is enough, and it's beautiful. The next one is breathing that ruins your life. Okay, now let's talk about what happens when your breathing gets out of balance. Simply put, because the air I inhaled felt heavy, my breathing became very shallow. My lungs only expand to about half their usual capacity. Then these happened. 3 unhealthy changes. First, you became more anxious. I'm usually a positive guy who even thinks stepping on dog poop in New York City is lucky. But during shallow breathing, I struggled with uncontrollable negative feelings. When you feel anxious, your breathing gets shallow, right? And the opposite is true too. Shallow breathing makes you anxious because it activates your sympathetic nerves, putting your body into stress, tension mode. I proved it with my body. Yeah, during that time, so many anxious came rushing in. Like, what if my breathing stops? What if I can never work on YouTube again? What if Japan were destroyed by a tsunami? Yeah, I even got scared of a strange prediction. Yeah, about a giant tsunami hitting Japan on July. On top of that, my anxious mind even disturbed my sleeping. I started having nightmares every single night. Dreams like my lungs turning into stone or losing my voice. I was surprised. Just shallow breathing made me feel so anxious. Second, zero focus. Studies show that shallow breathing can reduce blood flow in the brain and impair concentration. I was living proof of that. My head felt foggy all the time. I couldn't come up with a single sentence when I tried to write a script, and for a YouTuber, that's a serious problem. I really freaked out. I even used the Pomodoro technique, drank matcha, nothing helped me focus. So that's why I couldn't make videos for a long 3 months. I was surprised just shallow breathing could lower my work performance this much. Third, physical problems. Shallow breathing also caused changes in my body. 3 big ones. The first was headache. I had migraines almost every single day. It was really hell. The second was weak voice. Yeah, I found that when your breathing is shallow, your voice naturally gets smaller too. The third was stiffness. Yeah, I learned the more my breathing got shallow, the more my body got stiff. I was super surprised. Just shallow breathing could harm my body this much. But you know what? Now I became a completely different person. My daily anxiety is gone, I don't have nightmare anymore, and I can focus on work better than ever. My headaches, my voice, and even my stiffness, all of them got better. What did I change? Just one thing, the way you breathe. Yeah, I really wanted to change the way I breathe. I dived into tons of books about breathing and kept trying different ways to breathe. Then I found 3 simple breathing rules that completely changed my life. First, nose breathing. There's this old Japanese health Bible, Yojoku, written 300 years ago that says, if you breathe through your mouth, you leak energy and get sick. Always breathe through your nose. You might think, oh Aki, of course I know it's important. I breathe through my nose. That's what I thought too. But it turns out I didn't really understand how important it was. And honestly, I wasn't even doing it right. In the book Breath, I found this powerful line. To put it simply, breathing through your mouth is like drinking pond water. Breathing through your nose is like drinking clean distilled water. It's so powerful, right? Yes, your nose is like a super high-tech filter, and it doesn't just clean the air. It actually helps you absorb 18% more oxygen than mouth breathing. Isn't it amazing? There was even an experiment where the author of this book blocked his noses for 10 days and only breathed through his mouth. The results? Snoring increased 5,000%, sleep apnea shot up, blood pressure skyrocketed, and he felt more tired, anxious, and irritated. But when he switched back to nose breathing, the boom! Blood pressure dropped, mood improved, and the snoring almost disappeared. Isn't it great? But you might think, it's okay, I'm already doing that. But are you really? Because a lot of people switch to mouth breathing without noticing. For example, when sleeping, laughing, singing karaoke, taking a shower, or even just focusing on emails. Yeah, that was exactly me. Studies say 30 to 40% of Japanese people are mouth breathers without realizing it. So now I've gone all in nose breathing. During the day, I kept my mouth closed unless I'm talking or eating. At night, I use tape to keep my mouth shut while sleeping. And I wear this sometimes. And the result? First, my sleep got really better. My morning migraines gone. At work, I could finally focus more and I even felt calmer. It's amazing. So seriously, give nose breathing a try. Alright, the next trick is this. Exhale, then inhale. Most people think breathing goes like inhale, exhale. Even in yoga, teachers always say breathe in, breathe out, right? But after my crazy struggle with breathing, I found out that's not it. The real way is breathe out and breathe in. Yeah, let me tell you my story. After my surgery, I tried to fix my breathing by forcing myself to inhale deeply. But no matter how hard I tried, big inhale, slow inhale, it was all the same, heavy. So I thought, okay, what if I flip it? What if I just focuses on exhaling first? And guess what? Suddenly, I could breathe in easier and deeper. I realized the more I let out, the more my body just pulled in air on its own, effortless. Here's what it was like before. Inhale, heavy, exhale. Inhale, heavy, exhale. Just tiny little cycle. But after I switched to exhaling first, exhale, my lungs opened up, made space, and without me even trying, air just flows in more and more. Then exhale, repeat. Like that. Breathing just got deeper and deeper. That's when it hit me. Breathing works better when you exhale first. Japanese even proves it. The word for breathing is kokyu in Japanese. Ko means exhale. Kyu means inhale. See? Exhale always first. And here's the big takeaway. You need to just focus on exhaling. That's it. Because when you breathe out deeply, the inhale happens naturally. No force, no stress. You naturally relax and your breathing gets deeper. This is also why Zen always puts the spotlight on exhaling. Now, you might be wondering, so Aki, how many seconds should I exhale? The answer is just go at your own pace. Sure, there are methods like 5.5 breathing or 4-7-8 breathing. But for me, counting just stressed me out. I got 2 in my head and couldn't relax. Like 5.5 seconds. Oh no. Oh, that were 6. Oh. So instead, I just focused on exhaling slowly and fully. And that really worked for me. My breathing got so much deeper. I mean, actually my lung capacity went from 2,500 milliliter after surgery all the way back up to 4,500 milliliter. Back, my breathing was shallow. I was drowning in anxiety and restlessness. Now, with deeper breathing, I'm calmer than ever. Every day feels more relaxed. If you want to take this practice even deeper, wait till you hear the next technique. Third, the Nanso breathing technique. There's a Nanso breathing method, and it was actually invented about 300 years ago by a Zen monk named Hakuin. He used it to get through some pretty heavy stuff, like nervous breakdowns, insomnia, even panic attacks. And honestly, ever since I started doing it, I feel so much better too. So I gotta share this with you. Step 1. Picture this. Imagine putting a soft lump of butter, called Nanso in Japanese, right on top of your head. Yeah, back then, butter was super rare. Only rich people had it. It was considered like medicine. So imagine, it's like healing butter. If butter sounds weird, you can switch it up. Honey, aroma oil, yeah, whatever it is. And step 2. Now imagine the butter slowly melting with your body heat. Here's the key part. Every time you exhale, imagine sending the warm butter into your organs, like it's healing them from the inside. The Zen Buddhism book explains like this. On the first exhale, the butter flows inside, through your brain, heart, lungs, stomach, intestines, down to your pelvic floor. Then as you inhale, you pull the butter back to your neck. On the second exhale, let it spread out through your bones, muscles, skin, all the way down to the bottoms of your feet. And then let it flow gently into the ground. That's it. And since I started doing this, my body actually starts warming up from the inside. Studies even show that adding imagination to your breathing makes the relaxation effect way stronger. So when you exhale, just imagine this. Healing butter. Sounds might be funny, but trust me, it feels amazing. So try at least one of these and see how your breathing and your life get better. Nose, exhale, and imagination. Okay, and always remember this. Just by breathing, you're already amazing. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.